that gas can be easily soluble or become more soluble in the soft drink. Now we need to understand about one condition which is known as bends. You might have heard about scuba divers. Scuba divers are the people who goes into the deep sea for the various research works. They have their tank through which they inhale the air. Now what happens as they go deep into the sea, they will have more and more pressure. As they have more pressure, more gas dissolves in their blood. Generally, air contains more nitrogen, and that is why more nitrogen gas is dissolved in their blood. Now, when they come out, the pressure decreases, and this dissolved gas into the blood bubbles in their blood that create problem. It generally bubbles into the capillaries or blood vessels and create highly painful conditions, and this highly painful condition is known as bends. So this is how we can really understand about bends. Now the question arises that how can we solve this problem? What should we do to solve or to avoid the problem which is known as the bends? So here we have the solution. To avoid the condition called bends, we need to avoid the condition of bends. The air tank for breathing in deep sea for scuba diver is filled with 11.7% helium. See, helium is the least soluble gas, and that is why the percentage of helium is increased. That is why the percentage of nitrogen, which was 78% initially, that has been decreased to 56.2%, and 32.1% of oxygen is kept. Because helium is less soluble, it dissolves less in blood, and bends can be avoided. Now we'll understand the third condition or third applications of Henery's law, which is about the annoxia. Annoxia is the condition that takes place for the climbers who climbs the mountains like Himalaya. So at very high altitudes, means at very high heights, the air is less, and that is why the air pressure is low. As the air pressure is low, the oxygen that goes into the blood, this level of oxygen has been decreased, and that is why the brain does not get enough oxygen. As brain cannot get enough oxygen, what happens? The person cannot think logically, cannot think clearly. This condition takes place with the climbers at high altitude, and this particular condition is known as annoxia. So this can be easily understood, or or annoxia can be easily explained using the Henery's law. These three are the applications of Henery's law which are frequently asked. Now we will understand the effect of temperature on the solution that has gas dissolved in liquid. There is one reason generally asked. The reason says why solubility of gas decreases when the temperature is increased into gas in liquid type of solution. We have seen that as the temperature increases, the value of KH increases and then the solubility decreases. Let us understand it in some other manner. When gas is dissolved in the liquid, gases, they means the gaseous molecules, lose their energy and turns into the liquid state. It means dissolution of a gas in liquid is an exothermic reaction. Hence, it evolves, so heat is evolved. So, according to the Le Chatelier's principle, heat is produced, so increase in temperature will decrease the solubility of gas. This is what it can be easily understand by this particular process, because this dissolution of gas is an exothermic process, and let us understand the exothermic process here with the example. In the exothermic process, you can easily see that there is heat which is produced, and if you increase the temperature, then the solubility, if you increase the temperature, means you add heat, so equilibrium will shift towards the reactants, and thus the solubility decreases. Thank you.